Matthew, you good? Okay. You don't have to copy it. I just copied it off the paper. It's at the very bottom. All right, so first thing we got to do, guys, we're going to change this and make it a regular degree number. So we're going to go back and times by 180 over pi just like we've done before. So on your calculator, 3 pi over 4 times 180 over pi gives you. Nope. I got 135. Check that. Make sure you get 135. We still good? All right, now let's listen closely. This is a half angle formula. The way I like to think of it, this is only half of what you need to plug in. So how do you get the full angle? You double it or you times it by 2. Somebody times that for me by 2. No, just 135 times 2.
270.
So I'm going to plug in 270 right here. Cosine of 270, that's what I plug in my calculator. That's how you do 5 and 6.
How do you know which?
Go ahead.
Like, never mind. Just kidding.
All right, so let's plug it in. Square root first, then a fraction. 1 plus cosine of 270 on top over 2. I got a decimal. I got 0.7071. All right, so if you don't get that, let me know and I'll come look at your calculator. All right, y'all. All right, so number 6 says, what's it say? Sine of 11 pi over 12. All right, Matthew, what did you get after you multiplied it by 180 over pi? 165. All right, so really our problem is sine of 165. Okay, so now I'm going to write the formula down. 1 minus cosine x over 2, I think it is. Let's check. Yeah. Does everybody see where I'm finding that formula? Do y'all see where I'm getting that formula from? All right, so all we have to do, remember, if it says half angle, that is only half the amount you need. How do you find the full amount? Times it by 2. 165 times 2. I got 330. I put 330 in where the x was, and I put it in my calculator, guys. That's all you do on 5 and 6. Just 2. That's not bad, is it? Jacob, what you got? 0.2588 is correct. All right, so we're good on 5 and 6. 2 of those on next Wednesday's test. I think Wednesday we can be ready for the test.
I didn't get that.
All right, let me look at your calculator. It's got to be a simple mistake. 330, not 324. See, look, I had 165 right here, Brianna. I had 165. I timed it by 2. It gave me 330. Yep.
One day, can you just take some duct tape and put over that 10 pin every time?
Wow.
And then we won't be able to look at it.
What's that matter?
Then we won't be. It'll make the time go by faster.
All right, let's do number 7. Now, what I would do, guys, for number 7, above number 7, it's got your instructions. It tells you cosine x is 60 over 61, and sine of y is 35 over 37. So we're going to make 2 triangles, just like we did yesterday, in the first quadrant, and they're going to be used, guys, to do all the problems on 7 through 16. So what I would do, I would put them on the back at the top, because you only got one problem you're going to use them for in the front. Number 7, I would do them on the back at the top. I'd put them right up here if it was me, or on the bottom, either way. All right, and we're going to use these triangles to do all the other problems on the back side.
Of the 60 over 61,
Like major places to get money. So if they let like a steakhouse come in, they would end up getting more money.
Well, I did hear that Jessup is holding off not letting a Chick-fil-A come because if it came, it would hurt all the other businesses.
Yeah, that's kind of the same with Waycross.
All right, let's do number 7. So first thing, cosine, y'all should have x over r, right? Because that's the formula for cosine. Y'all got to put 60 on the x-axis, 61 here. What's this other side?
11.
How did you find it?
Because you do 61 squared minus 60 squared.
Very good. Other side's 11. We did this yesterday. Have that triangle labeled on your paper. This side, my formula for sine is y on top, r on the bottom, so that's 35 on the y-axis, 37 on the radius.
It's 12 on the bottom, right?
I don't know, is it? 37 squared minus 35 squared is, yeah, it's 12. All right, so the other side is 12. All right, so again, y'all shouldn't have any trouble doing that. All right, 7, 8, and 9 are really, really easy. All right, 7 says, find sine of x. All right, so Matthew, which triangle do I look at if it says sine of x?
The first one?
First one, all right. What's the formula for sine? So what's my fraction going to be if I put y on top and r on the bottom?
60 over 61.
Look, sine is y. Your y-axis goes up and down. Hey guys, if you forget, look, you can do this. There's your y, there's your x, there's your r. If you want to write that down in your unit circle so you don't forget, I'm good with that.
Your y and x look the same thing.
Yeah, it does. That's a y. All right, so sine is y over, so that is your sine, right?
And then you take the sine of that, right?
I'm going to write that up here. I'm going to use this later. Sine of x equals 11 over 61. All right, number 8. What does number 8 say?
Wait, so you don't plug in?
That's all you do.
That's all you do, okay.
What's number 8 say? Cosine of y. All right, Jacob, which triangle do I look at?
Second.
All right, my formula for cosine is x on top or on the bottom. What's my fraction?
12 over 37.
I agree, 12 over 37. And last, 9, tangent of x or y? What's it say? X, okay. All right, which triangle do we look at, Matthew?
The first one.
What's my fraction gonna be for tangent?
11 over 60.
Y on top over x. Y on top over x. 11 over 60 is correct. All right, everybody good on 7, 8, 9? That's all you gotta do.
So you couldn't make it easier?
No, you can't make that any easier.
No, for like 10 through 16.
I can't, and we're going to today. All right, so we are going to make them easy. Next one, number 10. What's it say? It says sine of x minus y. Remember, y'all have to find the formulas off your paper. I'm going to copy it. I don't care if y'all copy it or not. All right, so it's sine x cosine of y minus cosine of x sine of y. So Matthew says we need to make it easier. Let me show you how we're going to make it easier today. All right, y'all ready? All right, Matthew, all 4 of these right here, we already got them written down. Sine of x is right here. It was your number 7. I just wrote it again up here. So you bring down 11 over 61. It's already done for you. All of these are already done for you. Cosine of y is right here. It's 12 over 37. That was number 8. You just look at your answer for number 8. What goes in for cosine of x? It's up here. 60 over 61. So all this is already written on your paper. And then 35 over 37. All you got to do is type it in. It's going to make it much faster, guys.
Oh, we're just typing it in. I thought we just got it.
11 over 61 times 12 over 37 minus All right, Harley and I got the same answer. We got negative 0.8719, so I'm going to round that up to 8720. All right, so I've got the formula on the board for you. If that'll help, y'all just plug your 4 fractions in, put it in your calculator. I got a decimal. I got .3547. Somebody check behind me. We good? All right. 13 y'all might have a question about. We got some questions to answer on 13. So I'm going to erase 12. All right. 13 says cosine of 2y. Is that correct? All right. We don't have a formula on our sheet for that, do we? What's the closest thing we've got? We've got a cosine of 2x right here. Y'all find it on your formula sheet. Does everybody have 3 formulas for that cosine of 2x? Mark out the bottom 2. We're only going to use the top. Mark out the bottom 2. We're only using the top formula. Now, y'all see where it says cosine squared x and sine squared x? Well, since our problem has a y in it, we're just going to change those x's in the formula into y's. For example, it'll be cosine squared y minus sine squared y. All right, did everyone follow that? Brooke, you got that? We don't have a formula for the y, so we're changing the cosine 2x formula. We're just putting y's in. All right, so now, when you bring down your fraction for cosine y, and it's right here, 12 over 37. You got to square it because the formula's got a square right there. Then you bring down the fraction for sine of y, which is 35 over 37. You've got to square it because the formula's got a square there too. Same thing now, type them in. Negative 7896.7896. That's what I got. If you didn't get that, I need to look at your calculator. Okay.
It's a negative, ain't it?
All right, look. Yep. Don't put cosine in front. We're just putting the fractions. Harley, you just put cosine in front of yours. Go in there and delete that, and you got it. Get it? Anybody got a question? I need to come look at anybody's. Gage, good? Good? All right, y'all try 14 now. You're not getting these, you're just making a calculator error. I would say, I can't remember what I got this morning. All right, let's go to 14. All right, 14 says tangent to x. I believe we have an exact formula for that. Yep, 2 tan x over 1 minus tan squared. Yep. All right, this time we do not have a fraction already figured out for tangent of x, so we got to figure that out. So Jacob, which triangle do I look at if it says tangent of x?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I don't have it written up here. Which number is it for y'all?
11 over
Oh, you're right, it's number 9. Okay, tangent of x is already done. All right, what's tangent of x?
11 over 60.
11 over 60. Okay, so I plug 11 over 60 on top right here. And since they have tangent of x on the bottom also, I plug it on the bottom. 1 minus 11 over 60 squared. All right, type it in. See what you get. Sine x over 2. All right, write the formula down. Square root 1 minus cosine x over 2. I was guessing on that. 1 minus cosine x over 2. Does everybody see where I got the formula from? All we have to do is plug in something for cosine x. We already have cosine x. It's 60 over 61. So I'm going to erase the cosine x and just plug in 60 over 61. Now you guys know on number 5 and number 6, y'all had to include the word cosine, right, when you put it in your calculator. We don't have to on these because we actually have an answer for the cosine x. Over there, you had to keep cosine in your problem because you had a degree. Yeah, so on 5 and 6, keep the cosine. On these, just type this in. Is that right? 0.0905. All right, let me do it again. 1 minus 60 over 61 over 2 Yep, I got what Harlan's got. I got 0.0905. All right, last one on this sheet, 16. It says cosine of y over 2. 16, cosine of y over 2. All right, Harlan, do we have a formula for y over 2 cosine? Nope, we got x over 2, so all we got to do is use that formula, just change the x into a y. Instead of cosine x, make it cosine y. So it'll be 1 plus cosine of y over 2. Y'all follow that thinking? So now just get rid of your cosine y, and in place of it, we're going to put 12 over 37. Harlan, what you got? All right, the majority says 0.8137. So if y'all can get that, I won't have to do that. All right.